All right, Johan, well, we all knew that Contador could climb. I don't know if anyone knew that he could ride the time trial like that.
Well, he definitely did a great time trial today, and I have to say I was impressed with his climbing in the time trial. He was struggling a little bit in the beginning. He lost more than 1.5 minutes in the first 18 kilometers, but then he got the rhythm, and he maintained well in the downhill on the flat, but the climb was amazing.
Talk a little bit about how you see the tactics being played out, captains, workers, roles in the teams.
Well, you know, I still have to see a little bit what the GC looks like, but it's clear that Rasmussen definitely did a great ride today, and he maintained his jersey. Cadel Evans becomes one of the big favorites, and then I think everybody else will have to try to attack. And we have two guys that are up there that would like to move up a little bit and a little bit higher in the classification. So I think there's going to be a lot of common interest. Astana needs to be aggressive. We definitely need to attack, and I think the Spanish riders, Sastre, Valverde, Mayo, they lost a lot of time today. So I think we can expect a very offensive riding from them too. So I hope we can be there in the next 3 days.
It's going to be an interesting situation with Astana. Kloden crashed today. We don't know the extent of his injuries yet, but he's crashed earlier. Vinokurov, an incredible ride, but he's still a bit down on GC. How much of a realistic threat could Kashaken be?
You know, I mean, the three Pyrenees stages are so much harder than the Alps, and everything can still change. And even Vinokurov, I don't count him out. You know, he's been used to ride always from the defensive and attacking. He even won the Tour of Spain last year when he lost a lot of time in the first mountain stage. So now he's apparently he's back again, and his team is strong. So it's definitely we have to pay attention with Astana.
We've heard a lot about Johan Bruyneel being the master tactician. Obviously, the Tour de France is a stressful race, but how much do you enjoy these types of scenarios, playing out the tactics both the night before the race and also on the fly in the car?
You know, it's fun. The tactics are fun because it's definitely I enjoy it a lot more coming into the race and not being the favorite, and be able to watch what the others do, and especially be able to watch what kind of mistakes they make. But you know, it's easy when you don't have to do anything. Our guys just had to follow and attack when they felt like it. And now it's definitely going to change a little bit, because I think we have something to defend and even something to try to move up. So we'll have to play a little more aggressive and a little bit more tactical.
Johan, we talked, I think, before the tour about how Vino is known for these unconventional attacks when you don't expect it. Do you expect the unexpected from him, or do you think they'll play it more? Yeah,
I think he's able to attack when nobody expects it, especially because right now, you know, there's two riders that are a little bit better than him in the GC, and I think Kloden still remains the leader of this team. He has the best track record in the Tour, and he looks like he's in great shape. So I can see Vinokurov attacking because, you know, he has nothing to lose. He comes back from a big crash, and he's that kind of guy who's able to do incredible things. So we'll be watching.
And as far as Levi and Alberto's roles, is it just going to be the first mountain stage that determines how you guys work with them, or?
Well, I think they're both up there, you know, and it's anything can happen. It's good to have two riders, especially because we don't have to dominate the race, we don't have to control the race, and it's better we have two riders that are dangerous. So I definitely can see an aggressive role, an attacking role for Levi from now on also.
That's not something he's been known for. Is he ready to do that?
I think so. He feels good, and he had a difficult start of the time trial, but he finished very well. And I just spoke with him, and he says he's ready for the Pyrenees. So we'll try to create situations where we can advantage from a team, and if that includes attacking from one of them or both of them or even Popovic, I think we have a lot of cards to play.
For Alberto, he's an unknown factor in the third week, but can you risk to uncork him and let him just go on a win, risk all attack?
Well, you know, he has to feel how he is. I'm very prudent, and you know, what comes now is very, very difficult, especially for a young rider like him. But He seems in great shape. The time trial that he did today is, I think, a good indication of his form and his fitness. And he was able to keep up with everybody, with the big favorites. I don't exactly know how much he loses to Clauden, but I think it's maybe about 40 seconds. So I mean, I would definitely have been very happy with this before the time trial.
Johan, one off-race question. If you had a rider that wasn't turning in proper paperwork and missing drug tests, would you try to do anything about that within the team?
Well, I have to say, I mean, I'm surprised that it happens. We have within the team our own system, and we turn in all the paperwork, and we know the whereabouts of the riders, where they are. I don't know if that's the same in all the teams, but I cannot say anything more about that. From what I've been reading of the case Rasmussen and his failure to report where he was, he got a warning from the UCI, and I think that's about it. He's not been punished or sanctioned by anybody, so I think that the team either they didn't know or they didn't think it was important enough.
Isn't it important? I mean, isn't that kind of sloppy?
You know, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if the UCI doesn't sanction him, or his federation doesn't sanction him or prohibits him from racing, why would the team do it?
It just
If there's something else, you know, I don't know. But based on the failure to report and getting a warning, I mean, I compare it a little bit to if you're driving the car and you get a warning or a fine, you keep driving, and if the police stops you and you take away your driver's license, you stop driving.
That's never happened to you, has it?
I still have my driver's license. I almost lost it in Georgia.